I was just recently asked how I create this arrowhead spiral component. It's great for hanging on to pendants like this. It's a decorative dangle. You can create it as earrings. You can see you can hang them back to back, and it makes also fantastic chain link systems. So, and you can glue things onto them. So I'm using 1.25mm aluminium wire, but you can use any wire you have to hand. So I'm starting off by making a little hook, and you can use your ends of your round nose pliers or your chain nose pliers, and you just want to squeeze that together. It's just like making a head pin, so you're doubling up the wire at the very, very end. And then you want to start winding the wire around itself, creating a small flat spiral. And then once the spiral is a certain size, and that's really up to you, you place the tips of your chain nose pliers and then bend the wire back into an angle. And this creates a little space, an angular bend. And then you pull the wire around like you're making a spiral, and then again when you come back to that tip, you make another space with the chain nose pliers tips and pull it back so it sits around the outer edge. And then again, so it's just like making a spiral, but you're creating a little angular bend to create and form this lovely, elegant shaped tip. And I'm going to do that just 3 times. And now I'm going to finish off and cut off the wire so that I have enough to create a top link. So leave enough. So it goes round the top arch of the spiral, and then you roll it back with your round nose pliers until it sits right at the center top. Cut off any excess if you've got too much wire, flatten it all down. And of course you can hammer these if you want to, but really with the aluminium wire, because it's so thick, you really don't need to. So again, show you how I do that. Just like a little head pin, so you're doubling up the end, squish, 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 making sure it's doubled up, because I don't really want a big hole or gap or, center roundel in there. So I'm wrapping it around itself very tightly, and I'm going to try and make it the same size. Then I place the very, very tip ends just by the spiral, bring it back into an angle, then roll it around again, then again bring it very tightly around, then place them again to create another little space and an angular bend, pull it and straighten it, and then I'm using my flat nose pliers to keep it all nice and flat and close. And lastly, this is the 3rd gap and angle, and then finish off by going around the top, coming round the side, just leaving enough that you can make that link, roll it back to create that link at the very, very top. Not quite the same, but they're almost the same. And for earrings, to be honest, the slightest difference won't notice because your ears are further enough apart. So for earrings, you can either hang that straight off an ear wire, or you make 2 more so that you can suspend them back to back. So this is a very, very simple technique that I hope you enjoy. And as I say, it's so useful because it's such a decorative little element. It's very similar to your spirals, but it's just got an elegance because it's got that elongated tip. And also it's got the gap, which means you can connect within that space or suspend beads or little pearls or whatever you want to do that you want to connect onto it. So it's a very, very useful chain linking system as well. So I'm just finishing off on this one now. It's a little bit bigger than my first one, and I'm going to make the link and then show you how I would link the two together. So once I've got that top link central to the spiral, I'm going to show you how I would turn the link 90 degrees now. So I hold it flat with my flat nose pliers by the spiral so that doesn't shift, and then turn the top link 90 degrees to a right angle so that the link sits in that direction, ready to link on to the other arrowhead component. So that's how I'd make the earrings. And you can either glue a post to the center of that arrowhead of the top one, or you can suspend it from a fishhook ear wire. And also you can create these as chain link systems. You can either run them in the same direction, or you can go alternate so that they all sort of link together and sit together, but you can see how that's done. And here I can show you a bracelet that was made in that way, and you can see how decorative that is. This is all made with aluminium, but as I said, you can use any wire of your choice. So thank you for watching. Do subscribe, and if you want to request a tutorial, please do contact me. Many, many thanks. Bye for now.